Adrian, thank you so much for your time and
Thank you.
congratulations on the release of Black Demon. But before we go shark, uh, I've been dying to chat for you for like 2 years now. Um, so you directed Rambo Last Blood, a huge
I
Rambo
did.
fan, and it was amazing. I've always wanted to ask, was it a daunting task being responsible for wrapping up Rambo's story?
Um, I have to say, not a lot. I grew up with Rambo. I Oh, and Rocky for that matter, but Rambo has been a part of my cinematic lifetime since I was a kid. So the to have the opportunity of wrapping up Rambo to me was just golden. It was beautiful and no, I don't think there was any pressure and having Sly by your side who's knows who owns this character so much. No, I have to say it wasn't very difficult. Not that part anyway.
Before like settling on the storyline that was actually like the fifth movie, did you have any other ideas in the pipeline? Were you just thinking about putting him back in like another war situation, or was this always the intended goal?
No, it was. I mean, it was the original script was much bigger and more action packed, if you can say that. But I think what drew Sly and I closer was the idea of making it more intimate, and make it, just trying to make more of a family life, a side of John Rambo that nobody had ever seen.
And it worked because you got to see Rambo in a home setting, and then he eventually reverted back to what he does best in the end, and it was just a complete bloodbath. It was amazing.
Cool. Glad you liked it.
Some versions that I've seen had like a flash flood scene at the beginning, but it was cut from, I know it was cut from the UK release anyway. Was there any reason it was cut from the UK release?
You should ask Lionsgate. I mean, yes, the international version had that scene at the beginning and a few other scenes with the bad guys. And in the UK and in the US, I think for timing reasons they were cut out.
There's no such thing as timing when Rambo's involved.
I agree with you.
Did you have to construct all them tunnels that he uses? Did you construct them all? Or were they
Yes,
all sort of, whoa, that's awesome.
yes, we built the whole thing.
Then the ending takes place in them tunnels, of course. Was it like sort of, was it challenging thinking of various ways to dispatch the bad guys in such a tight space?
Absolutely, that was a big part of the design was coming up with those ideas. So, but there's plenty of ways to get rid of people, so it wasn't that hard.
And then everyone's always talking about the potential for a sixth movie. Did you and Sly ever throw ideas around on set of where Rambo could go next?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, you can always come up with something if you want to, but I think he was very set on trying to make this the last one.
And a constant debate in my house. This is my final Rambo question. The ending. Would you say that minus the, because in my eyes, Rambo died, and then him riding off on the horse was just him. That was him going off spirit wise. What way did you and Sly put it?
Well, honestly, I guess the real question was do you leave it open ended and in case a sixth ever comes up? But yeah, I mean, I think the idea would have been to hopefully give the idea that he does die.
I knew I was right. I knew it. Can't wait to revert that one to the wife. One up for me. On to your more recent release, The Black Demon. What drew you to the script?
I think mainly the Latin factor in a shark movie, which I hadn't seen before, and especially the whole mythological Aztec background of of Tlaloc and the revenge of the gods, to a species, us, doing what we're doing to the planet. I think that whole aspect was the most intriguing to me.
And in comparison to the other movies you've directed, would this have been more challenging, as you're having to deal with like the water and the whole shark element? It's more than just your average, basically good guy versus bad guy.
Um, I think every movie has its own challenges. This one sure had its particular set of challenges, but you come into it, you understand how it is you want to shoot it, where you want to shoot it, and it becomes part of the storytelling, and the whole idea of being trapped in a single space for the whole movie, just brings you into that frame of mind. So it was challenging, but no more than other shoots in that sense.
Some shots of the shark as well, they look very realistic. Did you manage to incorporate like real footage in as well?
No, actually, we didn't. We decided that we wanted to go all full CG, and we think we found the right company to do it, and hopefully they deliver for the audience and make it look very real as we can.
Well, I suppose my question summed it up there, really, didn't it? I thought there was a real shark involved there at some point.
I think so, and I'm glad you saw that. So, kudos to the VFX team.
Where was the movie shot? Was it shot on location?
Yes, it was shot in the Dominican Republic, playing as Baja, as the Baja Peninsula in Mexico, and then the rig was built, the interiors on stage and the exteriors on a water tank that they have there, for this purpose, for shooting water scenes.
What I found really cool as well was that you don't really force the shark upon anyone. Like the shark is sort of Michael Myers, in Halloween, in the original Halloween movie. It's only there when it has to be there. And you've done an amazing job at that.
I'm glad, and I think that was one of the most, I don't know if difficult, but the big idea was trying not to oversell the shark. The movie has other things, hopefully, in the story and the characters that draw you to it, and the shark adds to it. But I think the idea of the shark is even bigger than the shark itself.
And the movie, for people that didn't know, and as you mentioned, it's based on an actual urban legend. So did you have to dive into the mythology before shooting, or were you already familiar with it?
No, the truth is I hadn't heard about the legend of the Black Demon. Obviously, when I was told, I Googled it and I searched it and I said, oh, okay, look, there you go. And I know I don't look Mexican, but I am Mexican. So I said, how come I didn't know about this? But I think the best part about it was bringing together this real life legend with the mythology, the Mexican mythology, and blending those together. I think that was the best thing we were able to do.
So what would you say is the most challenging aspect of making what they would call a shark movie?
I think trying to break, it's a genre film, and it's one of those films that there's plenty of them around. So how do you differentiate yours from the others? How do you make it different? And I think that was the main goal that we all looked for, was how do we make this different? And what I thought was the best way was to make sure the story was solid, and the characters were solid, and then hopefully people will be drawn into their lives and what they're experiencing through the eyes of this family, and then add the element of the actual shark and the goreness of it.
I don't want to ruin anything about the movie, any twists, turns, or anything, but would you be open for coming back for a sequel if the opportunity arose?
I don't know. That's a big question. That's a big question. Look, it's always about the script and the characters and where you take it. I don't know. I wouldn't want to venture an answer to that one.
So the next big shark movie out after this is Statham's The Meg 2. So do you think for a sequel to The Black Demon and a sequel to The Meg 2, we should have The Black Demon and Meg go head to head?
There's a clear winner on that one, and it's the Black Demon. I mean, he can take that Meg on easy. But there you go. That would be an interesting sequel for the both.
So I think, and then in the end, they have to team up to maybe take on Statham, you know, just to make it fair.
Well, unfortunately, we know Statham will beat the both of them. You know, one hand on each neck.
You can just picture it, can't you?
You definitely can.
So after the release of The Black Demon, have you got anything else in the pipeline this year?
I'm working on a series as we speak. That's why we're both here on a Sunday. Thank you for taking time off on your Sunday. You know, I'm shooting all week, so this is really the only time I could do this. But yeah, I'm shooting an adventure series here in Mexico, and which hopefully by the end of the year will come out.
That's amazing. Will it be going to? Is it like one of the Netflix ones, or where would it be heading?
Yes, it's a Netflix series, so you should be receiving it shortly. So if you do like Black Demon, you know, well, hopefully you'll like this one as well.
Before we wrap, if you had to sell Black Demon to anyone listening, what would be your pitch line?
Not sure about a line, but I think what it would, again, I'll go back to the basics. It's a family exploration and hopefully even a universal exploration of where we're heading as a species.
And for anyone that is wanting to see this movie, I would recommend checking it out. It is amazing. There's good storyline, a big ass shark that takes people out, and it's directed by the badass who done the final installment in the Rambo franchise.
Absolutely. I hope you enjoy it.
I did indeed, and I can't wait for you to read my review.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Adrian. I really appreciate it.
Me too, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Thank you.